Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jak 2 Renegade on the Sony PlayStation 3. I am One Wild Sheep yet again. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be heading back, well not heading back, we're going to be heading towards Mars Tomb for the first and only time, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of those areas of the game that does not repeat. And this is probably my favourite mission, or one of my favourite missions in the entire game, purely because of what it's comprised of, which is essentially nothing but pure platforming. That's right folks, we're going to go back to our Crash Bandicoot roots, our Spyro the Dragons, basically all the good platforming shindigs that people like me love. I'm a very big platform guy, you know? So just head on into here and the cutscene will initiate. Well, as soon as we go on the lift anyway, so come on past me on the lift. Come on. It's like I'm preparing myself mentally for the epicness that's about to come.
You did it, Jak. You actually found Mars' tomb.
Great. Now what? We send this poor kid into a meat grinder?
This is the day I've long awaited, to finally hold the fabled precursor stone in my hands.
You must be cautious, child. The tests of manhood are sure to be fraught with peril, and Mars Air must face them alone.
It's okay, kid. You can do it. It's just a deep, pitch black, sure to be filled to the brim with painful death old tomb. I wouldn't go in there.
Welcome, heir of Mar. Finally, the chosen one stands before me. Enter and prove yourself worthy to claim an ancient birthright. No. This child is too young to face the tests.
What?
No!
Do something, Jak!
Jak, remember the sure to be filled to the brim with painful death part?
Great tree limbs! He's going to face the tests.
No, he's gone to his death.
Freeze!
Whoa, this is heavy. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mars Tomb. Like I said, this is a very, very big platformy based level. And if you're people like me, I hope you're not, because you'll do stupid stuff like that, but yeah, this is one of my favorite stages in the game, just because, like I said, this is pure platforming action coming up, folks. We got nothing but challenges involving jumping on platforms, punching enemies, kicking enemies, jumping on more platforms, hoverboarding on platforms. It's like we're playing a platformer or something, you know, which could have fooled me. Now, whenever you first go into this area, be careful whenever you're in the water sequences, because there are mooks just hidden about in the water, and all these enemies pretty much go down in one punch, so you don't need to worry too much about them. They're about as useful as the lurkers were back in the original Jak and Daxter, so you can sort of ignore them and punch them whenever they get nearby for some free dark eco. Now, I do recommend, if you want to get precursor orbs, such, I don't know why you're following this LP as a walkthrough for them, because I like I said at the beginning, I don't bother with the precursor orbs all that much unless they're in my way. There's usually one or two hidden behind these pillars, so just keep an eye out. It's very easy to miss them inside this area. You can return to this stage any point in the game after it's unlocked, so... Jesus Christ. I died a lot here, folks. I'm gonna pre-warn you that already.
Use only your body and brain for this challenge.
Now, what do you have to do by here? Basically, go to the bugs that are marked with a red thingy and hit them. This will open up the doorway and will allow you to progress on. Now, if you hit the bugs that are not got a red mark on them, basically what will happen is the bug will explode and it will hurt. Now, every now and then, periodically, when you get to water sequences like this, the floor will electrify. Well, the water will electrify, which means basically what you have to do is time your swimming so you can get through here. And if you time it well, you get through without any problem. But if you time it wrong, you're gonna get shocked, and no one likes being shocked. It doesn't feel good, does it? Now, this sequence by here will actually I always get Jak and Daxter 1 vibes from the sequence alone, just because, well, if people remember Jak and Daxter 1, the final stage of the game, Golem Maya's Citadel, actually had a sort of similar mechanic involving these type of blocks you need to jump on. The only difference is, in this one, you need to simply look out for the block that's flashing and jump on it. If you don't, then you will not be able to progress. If you fail to jump on all the right blocks, you will take damage and you'll have to reset the puzzle by pushing the switch on one of the sides. But yeah, this reminds me of Golem Maya's Citadel, where you had to jump on those blocks that fell when you landed on them. They don't really work the same, but I think that's the way I think of that is probably because... Well, it's probably because it's just a multicolored block platform puzzle, you know, that's probably how I think about it. No, you tit! What are you doing? Ugh. Now, like I said, for some reason, whenever you go inside these water sequences, whenever you see electricity, you're safe when you're underwater. This makes no sense to me, but hey, it works. But anyway, yet another sequence is just like the first one. Find the 3 red scarabs, memorize where they are, and keep an eye out for them, and try and hit them whenever you can, you know. Now this sequence by here can be really challenging just because the scarabs, as you can tell, they will move. And of course, if you get the scarab wrong, you're going to die. And dying in this is not a good thing. I die, like, if you don't know... Yeah, you can't use weapons this challenge. Okay, thank you, giant creepy voice guy. Now, what you're not seeing, folks, is all my attempts at doing this. Jesus Christ. What you're basically seeing is most of my successful runs in these rooms, because I died a lot during this mission. This mission, folks, is not easy. You got a lot of... You need to be on your ball, basically. You need to know exactly what you're doing to get through this. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to die. You're going to die a lot. So, yeah, expect a lot of deaths in this one, folks. This initial recording session, if I remember correctly, was literally just this platforming sequence, and I was in here for about, a good hour or so. You know? Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. I think I did record a bit more, but I was inside this tomb for over an hour, you know? Which you guys aren't gonna see. Basically, I've shortened it down, so we're in the tomb for like a maximum of 2 parts. Where pretty much all the main platforming challenges are gonna be in the first part, and the boss fight is pretty much the second part. So, yeah. Be thankful I know how to edit my videos. I do kind of like this platforming challenge, even though it's a bit easy. It basically highlights which ones you're meant to jump on. And I honestly think they probably could have done a bit more of a puzzle aspect to that. You know, you probably had... I don't know. Like, maybe it gives you some colors on the wall, and you have to jump on the blocks in the right color code. I don't know. I would have preferred something like that, personally, because as far as this is right now, it's more of a glorified Simon Says, and... It's still fun, you know, it's still a basic everyday platforming challenge, but I would have preferred something interesting. Anyway, this sequence by here is quite an interesting one, folks, because what we need to do, we need to hit these tombstones, and every time we hit these tombstones, a simple MIDI file will play. Now, you need to do is hit these tombstones and match the MIDI files. And every time you match the tombstones, they will go down. And we're basically going to be here for a little bit of time, just simply listening to the sounds the tombstone makes, and we'll just hopefully get through this. You know, you need to use your ears, and if you're not very good at hearing, you won't be able to get through this challenge. You need volume for this. So if you're deaf, good luck. If you're deaf, I don't know what, you're probably not even listening to me right now. You're just watching the footage, and there's nothing really going on with this game for you, you know. You can't hear me, so the LP is pointless to you if you're deaf. But I digress. It does get a lot easier as time goes on, because obviously there's less choices to choose from, and like I said, it's just a matter of listening and matching the tunes. So yeah, fun times, fun times. That wasn't very grave of a mission at all, was it? Get it? Because they were tombstones. You know, grave. That's terrifying. I honestly got scared when the lights went off then, and I'm watching playback footage. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, sorry game. I won't make puns like that anymore. I don't want to be in that grave a situation. That grave situation? Sorry. But anyway, moving on to this sequence by here, and don't do... Oh, I gave myself a heart attack. I'm giving myself a lot of these, despite the fact I'm actually not playing this live. It's quite weird. But this is more of a traditional platforming area, which makes me kind of happy, because I'm better at traditional platforming areas than I am with the sort of gimmicky stuff that we had to deal with a minute ago involving timing puzzles. This is obviously a timing puzzle, but it's more traditional, you know, you have to jump at the right times and jump on the right platforms, and it's the usual mechanics, what do you expect to find in these sort of games, you know? Well, I kind of like this, I like the architecture of this place, to be honest. It's very Egyptian, you know, it's very ancient Egypt, if you know what I mean. It kind of looks like a Tomb Raider level, now that I think about it. The only difference is, you don't see Lara Croft doing this level of platforming. The platforming in Tomb Raider I've never been a fan of, though. I mean, the old school Tomb Raider games, I'm not too fussed on. I enjoy the games, but the controls just haven't aged well, and I honestly prefer the remake to the originals. I'm gonna be honest. Not remake, reboot. But then again, Reboot's more of an action game than it is a platforming puzzle-looking adventure Tomb Raiding game. But I digress. Anyway, that's a bit of an easy precursor orb to thing. A very easy precursor orb to find. I'm surprised that there's anything in there. But I have to say one thing about this sequence, folks. This reminds me of, if anyone's played Sonic Unleashed, there's a stage called Rooftop Run. And in Rooftop Run, if you play it during the night sequence, there's actually a platforming challenge that's very, very similar to this one. I don't know, this just reminds me so much of Rooftop Run Night in Sonic Unleashed. I don't know if I'm the only one with that sort of thought, but I don't know, it's just the nature how the platform is really pulled around in this sequence. But I have to say though, I really do like the architecture, and all that text on the wall there, it actually means something. Naughty Dog actually made a font and text for this game, you know, their own language, which I think is pretty neat. And I think I mentioned this in a previous part as well, but, you know, I gotta end up with filler commentary. There's not much to talk about anyway. We're just jumping on platforms and reaching the end. It's very linear, it's very straightforward, you know, you're not gonna have too much issues figuring out what to do. But, yeah, I think it's pretty interesting, and I need to look up what the writing on those walls actually says, because that would be, I don't know, that'd be an interesting thing to bring up, I suppose. Good going, Daxter, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the only time where we get to play as Daxter in the entire game. That's right, we actually play as Daxter in Jak 2. Oh my god, it's not like he's a titular titular. Wait, okay, I don't know what that word's meant to be said. But anyway, we're gonna have a lot of issues going through this mission. It's, but not so much of, Jesus Christ. Basically, if you've played Crash Bandicoot, you've played these missions before. So, basically what it's the same gist as all the chase missions in Crash Bandicoot. You run away from the big thing that's trying to eat you or trying to crush you. Right now we're chasing away from a giant spider, which I'm really annoyed at because I hate spiders. They're terrifying things. And Daxter, for the most part, controls exactly the same as Jak does. Although you can be a bit more challenging to get your... Finding the depth, you know, depth perception as Daxter is really difficult, I find. I always have issues sort of jumping on these platforms. I find it really hard, and I like this sequence, you know, I really do enjoy it. By the way, go really fast by you, because the spider goes so fast up this, it's really difficult. Like, I like this mission, but it's challenging, really challenging, and I really wish there was more stuff like this in the entire game. You know, just more opportunities to play as Daxter, because he's a major character, and by major character I mean he's next to the main character almost all the time in this franchise. I would want to see more Daxter gameplay. You know, Jack 3 sort of alleviates this a little bit because you can play as Daxter in a couple of sequences, but that's me getting out of my head myself. Just continue running from the giant spider thingy. That should have killed me. I was clearly clipping through its leg. And we're done with this area. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this part. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be stupid people. And we're until next time, well, we'll be finishing off Mars Tomb. Woo, spooky. So thanks for watching, people. Catch you all next time. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish. Bye.